Guys, this is William with another video for Play-agricola.com's YouTube channel and twitch.tv/play_agricola. Playing an EIK WM France deck G4, 5, and 6 game with Field Watchman, Keith, and Mercator. Let's look at the G6 cards I don't recognize. Family Physician. An action space orthogonally adjacent to 2, 3, 4 action spaces occupied by other players' family members. So it's a way to get grain on the middle spaces as well as vegetable. It doesn't really kick in. I think I drafted this, didn't I? It doesn't really kick in until later in the game when people have more actions. Farm worker, whatever you plow, whatever field. 1 building resource is a 3 food. Oh, excuse me. Oh, I see Commercial Baker, and Commercial Baker is quite a nice card. There's just so much that it combos with. Getting a 3 grain action all to yourself is pretty nice. I haven't done a video for about a week. The NHL playoffs have been going on, and so we've been watching. That's what we've been doing, mostly watching that all day. Botanist. Whenever you use stone accumulation space, you get a food and a grain or vegetable. That card's power is actually pretty high. Primitive Man. When you receive 1 wood at the start of each round if you have no improvements in front of you. From round 10 on, you receive 1 good of your choice. Seems kind of weird. Harvester, obviously, really good for me. I think, though, what I'm going to take is I'm going to take Baker's Servant, because Baker's Servant plus Commercial Baker will just mean I won't have to go on the plow and field space ever. I'll just plow with Baker's Servant, and I'll have a ton of food. I'll let someone else play Harvester, or come all the way back to me. Hedgemaster is really nice, but I think with this pile, I definitely want to be taking something that supports me getting the Harvester bonus, because I should assume that it's going to come out. I'll let someone else play it and get the points for me. All right. Banker, no, I've seen that. Oh, definitely this is Oven Inspector. Absolutely. This is a 1 food to bake bread with Baker's Servant. Absolutely. This is perfect. It's a field that I don't need to spend an action to use. It's a bake action I don't need to spend an action to use. Good. Good. There is a slight problem in that I probably want to build the stone oven, which means Oven Inspector only really can activate on the clay oven. So if the clay oven gets built early, that timing is kind of awkward, but we will see. So I think my dream start in this game is first action Commercial Baker, second action 3 grain. Starting second with Redstone Food occupied, do that, and then I have 3 grains set up to bake at random times when I build the stone oven, when I play Oven Inspector, and then I can go back and get more grain later to actually sew with. And then hopefully that grain will be worth like 12 food or something, which will be way better than anyone else can do in round 1. Looks like the internet's not been as reliable today. Losing some frames. Okay, cowherd, riverman. Whenever your use a family member action to take the one read space, you receive an additional 2 food or pay a food to receive another read. No thanks. Build a major improvement, pay a food to plow a field. Kind of redundant with baker's servant, so I think not. I think what I'm taking here is old hiker. Old hiker will be really good for a stone action as well as a read action. Because I think with this setup, I probably want to be going for the first room quite hard. I want to get on Reedstone Food twice. I want to Old Hiker 1 stone and clay once, and then commercial bake for that stone oven while I'm getting the first family growth action. If I could do all those things, that will be, in all likelihood, a game-winning play. I don't need any... Well, actually, contractor is worth considering. Saving a reed, saving a clay or a stone on my ovens. Alternatively, turning a grain into a vegetable whenever I go on sow, and I'm already pretty sure I want to go on sow bake a bunch of times. Let's take away the competition for sow bake. I think I like contractor here, but surf, I don't want anyone. Don't want to compete with someone for surf. The problem with parquet setter is the timing. I feel like the timing is just going to be way too much. Like, I'm not going to be able to get it out for my first room. And if you don't get it out for your first room, then you feel like a lot worse about it. I don't really want any of the other cards, though. All these are pretty bad. Animal handler, I guess. Might be a 1 cattle action. Okay, so. Well, rum distillery. No question. Rum distillery, absolutely. Yeah, the fact that you can turn the grain into food and point is so good. Yeah, fruit tree is nice, but I don't really need any of the other cards. I don't want to play Lighthouse this game. Rum distillery, really good. So I see a pretty clear path here. I might not even need the stone oven. If I rum distillery convert and oven inspector convert, maybe that's enough. That's 7 food. Hey Sid, thanks for tuning in. Hope you're doing well today. Oh, I did mute myself. Thank you. Tired, but got a whole pile of work done. And fish fries. Good. That's good. It's starting to get nicer where I am, so I've been playing soccer outdoors, which has been really nice. Lorelei, I don't need it. Golden Rose is pretty excellent. Pretty excellent. Okay. Food storehouse. No, I don't really need it. Bartering shack. Nah. Runestone, so I think runestone is probably the play. I don't need clay exchange. Don't need heat wave. Yeah, runestone. Looks pretty good. More fields and stuff. So it says borrowed plow is really good. Borrowed plow looks very interesting. The problem with it is that, well, I mean, it's just hopefully someone will pass it to me, and I don't think I need to take it myself. Wow, expansion plans. Oh, man. Do I really want to pass expansion plans to whoever took the lighthouse? Problem is, there are good cards here for me. They're excellent cards here. Camembert, Rooster, Lettuce Patch, even Witch's Dance Ground. There's some excellent cards here. I'm amazed I'm amazed Lettuce Patch got here when Harvester's in the game. Camembert though, Camembert is really nice. And you know what? I think Camembert kind of fits this niche where I haven't gotten my third occupation yet. My miners are pretty expensive. I need cheap miners. Although with Lettuce Patch, that would secure my feeding absolutely between Rum Distillery, Lettuce Patch, and Oven Inspector. I wouldn't even need an oven, but ovens are worth points, so I should probably try to take them. I'm going to take apprenticeship. I think there's a good chance apprenticeship will be worth something in this game. If I focus on Reedstone food early, yeah. And building the first room. Stone axe is good, but I think I'm going to need a bunch of stone. Rum Distillery, runestone. Yeah. Borrowed plow came back, so now here is where I will take borrowed plow. The only other thing I would consider is public forest, because public forest seems like it could be quite good with if I start fourth. Like if I'm fourth and I'm forced to take 3 wood and nobody else does start player, I'm in a pretty rough spot as it is. But borrowed plow seems alright. I don't really need borrowed plow, but it would only be 1 food and 1 wood for 2 points, which is a pretty nice conversion. And actually with Parquet Sitter I get the wood back. And I also don't want to pass it to Field Watchman because I'm afraid of Field Watchman playing it. And then if he plays it round 12 and with start player, and then Keith doesn't start player round 13, like that could be really annoying. A good late game card like this being in the game, I don't want to see that happening. And this clay exchange, I guess, full bottomed wig I'm not going to be able to afford. Heat wave, I think I have too much stone cost already. So let's do clay exchange, and maybe I pick up an extra reed from Reedstone food, which is worth 3 clay now. Something like that. Yeah, the efficiency that I should set up on the sow bake space should be dominant. Field, sow, get a vegetable or a grain, and a wood from Parquet Setter. That's so good. That's amazing. And then I'll get points from my extra grain thanks to Rum Distillery. Alright, I need to be right back momentarily. I'll be right back, guys. Seems like a game crying out for Festival Hall. Yes, holy yes. If I had Festival Hall, that would be ridiculous. I start second. Beautiful. Be right back. Okay, sorry about that. I'm back. Um, so I started third because Keith played Rooster. That's fine. I commercial baker, and then in all likelihood, second action will be 3 grain. And what was the first action? Riverman. Whenever you use a family member to take read, you get 2 food. That's a pretty good second action here, actually. Read and 2 food. And Keith plows a field. Huh. So I wonder if Keith has evening prayer. He might. Evening prayer plus rooster. Yeah, that would make a lot of sense because you know you want reedstone food and not one of the occupation spaces. Sid says, this seems like a game crying out for Festival Hall or Smuggler. Festival Hall, absolutely. Smuggler, I'm not so sure about. Smuggler is kind of weird because I don't have that much extra grain. Put it that way. I already have Rum Distillery. I don't need even more extra grain. At least I don't think. Mercator start player piggy bank. Very interesting. And the Riverman is going to be feed his two food per round action. I'm doing commercial baker here because I'm going to get an excellent action next round. I'm going to get 4 wood. I'm going to get 4 clay. I'm going to get something good. Smuggler would be for the ovens early. Yeah, right, because you get extra stone, but the problem is you also need grain to bake. Like, building the ovens early is not so good if you don't have grain to bake them. I guess you could look at the commercial bake space as like 2 grain and a stone, or a grain and 2 stone, which would be a good action. But there was also that card out there, the grain food stone card. So, we will see. Yeah, I really liked Smuggler when it came out, but then I think I figured out that there are so many cards in this set that give you goods, or give you crops, that it's gone down in value for me. Mercator, going for the 2 reed space. It's no problem with me. I know I want reedstone food, but how do I pass on a 4 wood action here? Right? How do I pass on 4 wood? Second action, maybe hiker. And then third action would be start player Camembert. I guess hiker is not so good with apprenticeship. I guess I would prefer to hold on to hiker in that case. I wonder if Keith is going to plow first action. No, reedstone food again. Okay, that's fine. Let's see what Mercator does. Plays another occupation. Okay, so we've had Circus Manager from Field Watchman. So Field Watchman's second action in all likelihood will be 2 food traveling players. And then, what am I going to do? 3 wood, I think. So I wonder if Keith will plow again. It's also possible Rooster took the Stonehouse cards, because we do have Lighthouse and expansion plans out there. I wonder if Field Watchman will play the No Improvement card here. That would be kind of neat. Figuring that with Circus Manager, he doesn't need to start player. Ooh, Peasant. Okay. So yeah, he's just going for the first fireplace, that's all. At least it's my expectation. Keith plows another field. Yeah, so I'm pretty sure Keith has evening prayer. I guess if you have if he's the one who took Harvester, so if he took Harvester with the 4th pick in that pile, then it makes a lot of sense to me that Keith would have first pick the evening prayer. Reedstone food. So if Keith plays evening prayer, then my apprenticeship is good. And then apprenticeship can play old hiker. Yeah, we're still dropping lots of frames, unfortunately. Well, there's nothing really great for me here. What would old hiker be for? I would play old hiker, and then my second action would be 3 clay. So old hiker would get me probably a stone. Thing is, I want reedstone food one more time, I think. I could... You know what? I think I just take 3 clay here. I'm pretty sure I want the 3 clay anyways, to build stone ovens, so it's been okay on my end. That's good. That's good to hear. And you know what? Nathan points out that like it's not like my screen is changing all that much. The only time it's really a problem is if I'm talking about something and it just totally cuts out and becomes unintelligible. So my dream scenario, I get reedstone food again next round. And then after reedstone food... Yeah, if I get reedstone food again next round, and then I can do build a room. Farm worker. So this is the whenever you plow, you convert building resources. Oh, and he gets a plow with his peasant. Oh, fun. So Keith plays start player in ladder and then gets reedstone food again. So Keith has lighthouse. Keith took lighthouse and farm expansion. Interesting, not on traveling players. That's true. I didn't even think about that. Maybe Field Watchman didn't think about that either. Here's Harvester. So I'm happy to see it played because I have a game that supports it very heavily. So to read, I want to be able to build a room. My second action could be clay oven, but I think Field Watchman, well, hard to say actually. No, yeah, he did not build the fireplace. So yeah, I could build clay oven here. That would be okay. If I get clay oven rather than stone oven, that's fine too. It's not a minor, but I mean, I can, then I have it for when oven inspector and baker servant want to come out. Not rum distillery over oven. Rum distillery is two fewer. Rum distillery is two fewer food, and it also takes me, like, it uses like I can play rum distillery very easily on family growth later. So I'm not sure. Oh, looks like Keith has field doctor. Maybe he doesn't have evening prayer. Maybe he just has field doctor. What would happen if I occupation old hiker here? I took a stone. Then I would end up needing to eat grain in all likelihood. Yeah, I could play Rum Distillery here. Start player Rum Distillery. It gives me action priority over Mercator. Yeah. So I feed a food and a grain. Mercator just passed first room to you. Yeah, he did. Yep. Yeah. Sid is exactly right. 6 wood plus first room. Both excellent actions for me. I'm a little worried that I won't have enough food without an oven to play my stage. Like, I have a bunch of stage 2 occupations now. Old hiker, parquet setter, baker servant. You know, I kind of want all those things to come out, but if Keith does have evening prayer, he can start player evening prayer and second action plow a field. I think what I do here is 6 wood. Yeah. I'm kind of thinking that it looks like Mercator will be the first to grow. Unless, if Keith has evening prayer, then probably what he does is he start player evening prayer and then second action plow a field. But if he start players evening prayer, then Mercator will build a room after him. But if Keith doesn't have evening prayer and he's just playing towards field doctor, then I would expect him to do something else. Okay, he took clay. Okay, yeah, so he's well, maybe he still has field doctor. He might. Field doctor, I have to remember, so chat. Is field doctor family growth even without room, or does field doctor provide space for a family member? Because that timing would be important for lighthouse, what the order is. Let's play old hiker here. We get a guest, and I can take a reed or I can take a stone. Reed lets me double build next round. Yeah, I think reed. Field doctor Sid says his family grows without room, so lighthouse needs to go first. Okay. Makes sense. Field watchman builds a fireplace. Alright. Field doctor is flexible in that you can do a normal family growth and then field doctor afterward. Okay, so it's not like farm steward, where farm steward says your next family growth. So I'm already start player, so I don't really need to start player again. Hmm. So I think what I do here, I could take 3 grain again, or I could take camembert. Those are kind of my two options. I'm already start player, so I don't need to play camembert. Yeah. Let's grab more grain. I'm going to need it at some point anyways, so it's fine. Whoops. 2 rooms. So I feel very validated for taking the 6 wood here. Ooh, I wonder if Piggy Bank is going to... Did he take 1 grain? Mercator? I wonder if... I wonder if Mercator is going to do something with Piggy Bank plus building an oven. Sid says, I think Keith jumps me though. Not if he wants to play Lighthouse. Keith can't jump me and play Lighthouse. He's not allowed. Yeah, he takes Reedstone Food again. Yeah, with how heavily he's going for Reedstone Food and ignored wood, I'm very, very sure that Keith has Lighthouse and plans to play it. So we have Clay Pit here for Mercator with the first family growth. So I can do anything with this action, really. I am the start player already, so I don't think I need to start player. I could play an occupation if I could get enough. If I could get enough stone to build stone oven, that would be really nice. How do I do that? I do it by 3 stone and then family growth next round. Okay, yeah, I could do that. In which case I could start player here, and I could do like start player camembert, put a food on stone, a food on family growth, and a food somewhere else. Alternatively, no, you know what, I like that. I think I like that. I could just take 2 stone here and then Reedstone Food first action next round, and then play. I think I like getting my camembert out here. Shouldn't I do Baker's Servant if 3 stone into stone oven is the plan? That's true as well. I think I do 2 stone here because then I have 2 options. I have the option of Reedstone Food into stone oven, or I have the option of clay oven into camembert, both of which are fine. Because Mercator, I think Mercator is going to piggy bank build. He might build an oven with piggy bank. Field Watchman plays Hedgemaster. Oh, this will be interesting. Okay, only 6, so yeah, he can still build a room. Baker's Servant plan may be very risky. Yeah, I'm gonna have to save Baker's Servant until later, which is fine. I'm totally fine with that. I have surf. I like going on the so bake spot. I have borrowed plow. Like if I only get 3 plows out of Baker's Servant, I'm still happy because I've borrowed plows as well. Keith plays sofa. So Keith probably 6 wood into Reno. Actually, he needs food, I guess. Is Piggy Bank gonna play something? Oh, the family physician went off for Mercator last round. In round 5. Build stone oven. Yeah, there we go. Mercator builds a stone oven. Okay, that's fine. Yeah, Keith does. So I wonder if he's gonna pottery here. No, he can't afford to pottery. Joinery maybe? Reno plus joinery. Problem is he spends his 2 stone, which is kind of inconvenient for him, but oh, he has ladder. Oh, he can build basket maker's workshop. Okay, yeah. Probably does that then. It is possible for Mercator to grow ahead of me. Because Mercator can take 2 reed and then room. So I'm going to have to hope that Field Watchman builds a room with his second action. The thing is, if he does, then I can grow ahead of him round 8. Like, Field Watchman needs 2 actions to go ahead of me. And I'm pretty sure he wants to take sheep here because there's 4 sheep available. Clay oven. Oh, you know what? I can play Oven Inspector as well. I can play Oven Inspector. Yeah, I forgot about it. And then I get 1, 2, 3, 4. So I have lots of food. So maybe I don't need clay oven here. That is a really good point. Maybe I don't need to build clay oven here. But what else would I do? I could take 3 reed. What do I need the reed for? Nothing in particular. I think this is fine. Yeah, I think it's fine. So you could actually bake another grain with the clay oven for 4 food, right? Yes. Yeah. But I have, with Rum Distillery, I have enough food for the next 2 harvests anyways. And I'll have my baker servant up by the 3rd harvest. So I'll have lots of bake actions at that point. Field Watchman builds a room. Excellent. Excellent. Oh, you know what? I occupied the fireplace. So, oh, actually, Keith might build. No, he can't afford to. He needs the food. So, thinking Keith could build a fireplace. No, he's gonna build Basket Maker's Workshop. Yeah. So what I'm kind of afraid of is Field Watchman start player second action, because then he can first action family growth and then take the sheep round 8 with his second move. Because everyone is like 2 actions away from being able to hold animals. Hard to know. The thing is, Mercator could try to steal them, but it's not really that valuable for Mercator because of the because of what else is on the board. Alright, I play Camembert here, I think. And where am I putting food? Putting food on So Bake. I'm putting food on, not on Reno. Expensive Occupation, because I want to play occupations in the near future. And I don't want to encourage Start Player. You know what? I'm gonna pay Field Watchman. I'm going to scare Field Watchman off of Start Player by putting a food on one sheet. So if Field Watchman wants to start Player into Family Growth, that's fine. Someone will sheep sweep him. That's fine. And I feed 5. And convert a grain. Good. So that was me giving Field Watchman a food to say, let me grow again next round. So I will need one more commercial baker action. Nice bribe. Yeah. Yeah, that was totally a bribe. Yeah. Point on Rum Distillery as well. Thank you. Yeah. Oops. So there should be plenty of wood in the game between Harvester and Keith not building any wood rooms. There should be lots of wood, so I don't think I need to play Parquet Setter. I think getting Baker Servant Surf up is more important. I think. So if I play Baker Servant, I can bake one grain, plow, and then sow on the sow bake space. Keith first action taking 8 clay. So Keith is gonna reno. Oh, but he wants to play his expansion plans as well. So maybe he reno expansion plans. The thing is, he used his stone. He doesn't have stone to play Lighthouse anymore. I don't know what Keith is doing. First action, build a room. And do I want to clay exchange? I can't afford runestone. Sure, clay exchange seems fine. Oh, Keith can't do expansion plans, no place to put the room. That's very true. Unless he's got the return of field for 4 wood or something, yeah. Oh, Field Watchman's got backdoor. So that's why he didn't mind taking the sheep, and actually was very happy to do so. Because he gets to grow this round anyways. Then he plays Fruit Tree. So Keith is pretty happy to see backdoor, because now he can plan on using his last action in round 9 to family growth. Even if he does, if it's after Field Doctor, so the room won't hold anyone. Right. Good point, Sid. Thank you. So yeah, so Keith will reno and build Cooking Hearth, it looks like. And then take stone and build Lighthouse, and then grow in round 10. That would be my guess for how this all plays out. Unless he takes 2 stone here, and then he reno Lighthouse first action next round, and then family growth round 9 as well. Nope, he Reedstone Foods again. Huh. So Reedstone Food gives 4 extra food, but it doesn't give you enough stone to build the lighthouse. I don't know. Means Mercator gets 4 wood with his second action, which is excellent. Oh, he's not taking it. Okay, I'll take 4 wood. Thank you very much. Wood is good, and I'm happy to take that. Keith still hasn't played. Oh, he's got Wealthy Man. I saw Wealthy Man in the draft, didn't I? Yeah, so Keith is going to play Wealthy Man as his first occupation. Should be on the 1 wood space. I don't think he announced it, but sure. Oh, banker on 1 wood. Yes, he did. Mercator, what you gonna do? 3 wood? 3 wood is fine. No, he took 2 stone. Weird. Well, I don't want to pass Keith or Mercator 6 wood, so I'll take it myself. I've got enough food that I don't need to worry about getting my combo at any specific time. So I have 4 actions next round, which is really nice. And actually the quality of actions in the round should be very low because nothing's accumulated. So expensive occupation and sow are very likely moves that I will want to do. Yeah. Field Watchman plays Cooking Hearth. Okay. Oh, and pays a clay for 3 food. All right. Keith Reedstone food again, so I'm expecting Reno Lighthouse. So does Mercator take 6 clay? How do you pass 6 clay when it lets you build a clay room, right? So then what am I getting? Bunch of junk actions. Oh no, Mercator playing Occupation Indentured Servant. Okay, thank you very much for passing me 6 clay. I will happily take it. The quality of actions in this round is really low, so I'm happy to do that. So then I'm gonna expensive Ock Baker Servant, and then I'm gonna sow bake, and then maybe take 3 grain for the last time, something like that. Keith plays Food Storehouse. Okay. It gets him 2 food in round 10, I guess. But maybe Lighthouse didn't get all the way back to him. Maybe Field Watchman has Lighthouse. I don't know. It's weird. This is a weird game. I would probably want to leave myself in a spot to take start player, because these guys aren't valuing the 3 wood occupation, the 3 wood action at all. So I have the last action of the round, so I definitely should save, make sure it's available to take start player into 6 wood. Like start player Golden Rose or something. Mercator playing start player Lettuce Patch. Oh, so he's probably going to sow with his last move. That's fine. He can do this. Yeah, it would have been nice to hold Oven Inspector until later, but I'm happy that I played it when I did. Like having your feeding be really set at this time of the game is really, really nice. Especially because I'm at eight family members, or 8 food per harvest, 4 family members. So now my actions are take wood and sow bake, and that's pretty much it for the rest of the game. Those are the key plays for me. Get a ideally 4-room stone house, harvester, max crop points, fence 15, a couple animal points. Should be a winning game with Rum Distillery. Yeah, he did sow the 1 vegetable. That's fine. So one of these moves is 3 wood, and the other move is the last time I will take 3 grain. So I'll convert a grain to 3 food, feed 8, and 1 more point on the distillery. So I want to take 3 reed. 3 reed lets me reno and build another clay room, which would be kind of cool. Did Mercator have a grain? No, he did, but he baked it with stone oven a long time ago. Mercator sowed his 1 vegetable onto a lettuce patch. Mercator taking the 2 boar. Waiting to hear on the banker. You know what? I don't even care. I don't. Unless he moves it to the 3 wood. If he moves it to the 3 wood, I'll take the wood. But otherwise, I'm thinking I'm taking 3 reed. Actually, you know what? I'm taking 3 reed either way. Getting a 5th room is going to be really nice. Because now he's going to say, oh, I move it to the 1 wood space, and then take the 1 wood for 4 wood. But whatever. That's not really good fair play, but whatever. It doesn't change what I'm going to do, but it does change what he does, right? Because I think probably he changes it to the 4 clay normally, because he doesn't know until he gets the 1 wood space that he can safely move it there. Because he doesn't know, he's not necessarily looking at the game from what do I do here? There's 3 actions left. One of them is going to be Reno. Reno's totally safe. I also want to build a room, actually. Keith is going to grow, so I'll do my sow bake here. Sow bake, Reno, build room, like that. So bake 1 to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then turn a grain into a vegetable, and then sow. Oh no, I haven't played surf yet. I don't get to do that. Bake 1 into 5, and sow afterwards. I have to be careful with Runestone. I think at this point Runestone's probably not being played. Hard to say. I think I'm likely going to need to do 2 stone actions to get to 5 stone for a stone house. The well is still available, eh? But I think Piggy Bank is going to grab the well. So I will Reno play Golden Rose. Yeah, Field Watchman loaded up the plow space, which is unusual because in a harvester game the plow space is usually very contested. But doesn't really matter. So I will Reno and play Golden Rose, and then I will build a room, and then I'll think about Borrowed Plow on Family Growth. I'll probably need to do one more 3 grain action, because if I play surf, that's basically every time I bake I get a vegetable. I turn a grain into a vegetable. That's likely how I'm going to use it, and I probably will do it twice to get to 4. That's probably what I'm looking at. Do I build a stable? No, I want to fence faster. The faster I fence, the faster I get points for fencing. So I can last action round 11 Family Growth. If I play Borrowed Plow, then I need one more food from this round. Which I could get from Reedstone Food, for example. Banker on 2 wood. And now I take the wood. That's all the wood I need for the rest of the game. 1 wood for borrowed plan and 15 for fencing. How's Mercator gonna plow? Does he have steel plow? What does he have? Are you even fencing 15? Oh yeah, I only need to fence 14. That's right. Because 4 fields plus 5 spaces, and the 5th isn't worth anything because animal husbandry worker isn't in play. Yeah, so I only have to do 14. That's a good point. Thanks, Sid. Field Warden? Field Warden. There it is. So I was just saying, how's he gonna get the Harvester bonus? That's how he gets the Harvester bonus. This is a game where everybody gets it, it looks like. Because everybody made sure that they had the game to play it. And you know what? I'm an idiot. I was gonna sow again always, so... the only question is, should I have played Surf before then? Maybe I should have. Because what are my last 2 moves here? There is a bunch of sheep available. So maybe I fence and then take the sheep. Maybe I should have done that already. I don't know. I think someone's taking them to eat them, though, is what I figure. So we're going to see Keith drop like a 7 or 8 point wealthy man here, which is nice. I don't think it's worth what he's done to his game, but it's still cool. Like, he looks like he's going to build the well, I would guess. Mercator can't have Oven. Oh, Oven Admirer. Oh, he took Oven Admirer when I had Commercial Baker. That's why he went for that stone oven so quickly. 2 vegetables and an animal of your choice. Pretty strong. That's fine. Fence and what? Fence and family growth. Family growth. Do I play borrowed plow? Looks like plowing is pretty easy. So sure. Do I only fence 12? Yeah, this looks like a stables game. I'm gonna bake twice more, so. And yeah, this looks like a stables game. And Peggy Bank is putting a bunch of extra stone in as well. So I should be fine. Field Watchman plays Lorelei. So borrowed plow only cost me 1 because of golden rose and 1 wood to the player on my right, and I pass to the left, so Mercator gets a wood. Yeah, because I pass to the player on my left, right? And feed 9. And convert a grain, of course. No, you don't want to sow veg this round. Yes, that's right, because I want to make sure that I don't need a sow bake in round 14, ideally. Because I don't really have a good start play around 13 move, so I'd rather set myself up so that I don't need it. So I want to take wood one more time and then build 3 stables. Keith plays start player Ram, going for family growth even without room. 8. He's got 8-point wealthy man now. Pretty good. Mercator going to plow sow here, I would think, just to deny it from other people. Runestone is also potentially annoying in a harvester game. Didn't think of that interaction during the draw. No, I think it's fine. I think a card like Runestone is excellent in a harvester game because imagine you're going to need a sow action in round 14. Instead, you can play Runestone and get the sow action in round 13 instead. Like if you sow vegetables, yeah, imagine if I sowed vegetables last round, then I could Runestone here and then sow again round 13, and that would be fine. So I'll take 2 boar, because 2 boar is some points. Ooh, graduate. This is your 7th occupation. This card provides room for 1 family member. Interesting. Very interesting. So plow sow sucks. Nobody needs plow sow because we all did so much of that already this game. I will happily take my 2 animals, my breeding pair. So the question is, do I take vegetable or do I play surf? I guess I take vegetable. I don't need to play surf necessarily. I might need to take grain again. I have used so much grain this game. Holy. I've baked a lot. I'm gonna need to do even more. Like I might do vegetable, take 3 grain, and then sow bake again here. Yeah, so what we're going to see with Keith is that because of his going for wealthy man, that he's not going to have enough actions to fill up his farm. So, I mean, it's like, good job you got a 9-point wealthy man, but it came at the cost of 9 empty fields, 9 empty farmyard spaces. So, Mercator, Bartering Shack. Play this card, convert a sheep, a boar, a cattle into 2, 3, 4 building resources of your choice. Ooh, I like this because I actually need a bunch of stone here. There's a start player action in the last round, which would be just fine. JP says, does plow sow have cooties? Yeah, apparently. So I'll take cattle because it's 3 stone and a reed. So I only need a 2 stone action now, which I can do here or I can do next round. Or I could take 2 stone and play runestone. No, I don't think I want to play runestone. Plowso untaken in a harvester game. Unreal. Yeah. Yeah, we all set ourselves up for it. I'm amazed that Field Doctor didn't come out for Keith. It's weird. Weird game. Weird game. Runestone does nothing now. Oh, is it the start of the round? At the end of round 10 and 12. End of round is fine. So I could breed a boar, which would go to Bartering Shack. Actually, I have one extra boar anyways, don't I? Oh, here it finally is. Wealthy man. We need to play some Fiddler on the Roof now. I have 3 actions in a row, uncontested. That's pretty silly. Vegetable for 1. 3 grain. And then sow bake. I don't need plow sow either. I need bake actions instead of sow actions. So sow, bake 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2, 3, 4. So I have 4, 10, which is perfect for Rum Distillery twice more, which puts me at 19 food. So I only need 1 more food total for the rest of the game, assuming I don't play Animal Handler or Surf, which I don't think I'm going to. Mercator gets Pottery. Pretty good. Yeah, don't usually see Piggy pay off twice, especially not with 2. Like sometimes the second time it pays off, it gets you like Cooking Hearth or Fireplace, which is probably not worth it, but like it's fine. It's fine since you already have it in play, but getting Stone Oven and Pottery is excellent for Piggy Bank. Mercator, start player Lasso. Okay, that's fine. 3 stone for me. Two sheep would be nice, but no one else has room for another set of animals, so I can take the sheep later. So I already have myself set up for Harvester. There's the Field Doctor. Latest Field Doctor ever. Two sheep, sure. 3-point actions are good. Think only you and Mercator make Harvester. Everyone has the fields, but not the crops. That's a good point. Yeah. And Mercator needs some moves still. Like, he needs to not need to eat vegetables here. Like, he's running out of actions as well. Although he's gonna try to probably activate his he has that family physician, of course, which he'll probably try to use to get crops. So he can go on fencing and get well, it's only a food right now. Ideally, he'd like someone to take one of these spaces so that he can go on it and get a grain for 3 adjacent people. So I'll probably do Reedstone Food with my next move. It looks like Field Watchman is too many actions away from being able to get to a house, bigger house, so that's good. So that's all my food for the rest of the game. I need 1 more stone or 3 more stone. If I could play Bartering Shack next round, would turn a useless boar into 3 stone, which would be fine. I could take 1 cattle here. The problem with 1 cattle is I don't have enough space to breed all of my animals. But I could build stables next round. Rooster is also in play. Ooh, I totally forgot about Rooster. Thank you. Yes, of course, Rooster. So start player plus Bartering Shack. Yeah, I could do that. I guess the other thing is I could reno fence and do another 3, and that would give me space to hold more stuff. Would give me space to hold a 2nd and 3rd cattle. But if Mercator first action reno fence, then I'm a little sad because Keith probably wants to fence as well. I could just fence here with this move, but then is it going to be worth it to take wood next round? Probably not. 3 stone into Reno Joinery. Medino says 3 stone into Reno Joinery. Oh, it's saying that I should do that. Yeah, I could do that. Or you're saying Mercator will do that. No, I think Mercator will want to hold more animals, especially with Lasso in play. I need to think here. I might want to. I think what I'll do is I will play Bartering Shack here with this action. Turn a cattle into 1, 2, 3 stone and a wood. And then I'll just take 1 cattle again. And I feed 12, or feed 10, sorry. Breed those 2. Harvest this. 1 grain, 2, 3 food, and a point. Yeah, rum distillery plus grain support is pretty disgusting. I have an extremely strong play. Merkel Reno Fence. I think Bartering Shack is better than 3 stone since it's 1 extra point for Rooster. whoever took fish, I'd give them a food for a grain. Okay, don't really care. Mercator Reno fence. Okay, so if I want to fence, I need to do it here because I'm kind of competing with Keith. But I think what I do, I could take 6 wood. If I don't take 6 wood, Keith is taking 6 wood, right? I'm going to do a 2-point plow sow action. 1 point for the space, 1 point for the vegetable. I'll just mark the harvester points now. Runestone is worth a point, so I could play Runestone, but I'll probably play Joinery. Joinery and then 4 wood. Seems fine. I'm not able to hold any more animals, so animals aren't worth anything to me. Dr. Tisk says, Keith's house is so crowded. Yeah, 4 people in 2 rooms, yep. 5 people in 2 rooms, right. 1 lighthouse, 1 field doctor, 1 family growth even without room. Yeah. Mercator took clay. Oh, it's 2 food and 2 points with pottery. Sure. Keith always seems to go for the Johnny strats. I don't know what you mean by Johnny strats. Like, kind of silly. Certainly this is like, I mean, it's not worked for him. He didn't have the card support. He needed a card that let him renovate easier. Like, he needed slapdash renovation or something like that in order to make this worthwhile. 4 wood, my Reno is totally safe, so Reno Joinery is safe. Creative, off the wall, not standard, magic term. Okay, cool. I've watched a little bit of Magic, but I didn't really play it. The problem is I don't know the cards. Like, it's just like watching this, right? If you don't know the names of the cards, it's kind of unintelligible. So it's the same thing when I watch Magic. Reno coming last was brutal for him. That's very true. Yes, he did set himself up for Reno round 8, didn't he? Or Reno round 5. That's the definition of how Payne plays. Yeah, non-standard. Which is funny because Payne is such a good player, but he just absolutely refuses to play standard. Even when I think standard is the most, like, the thing that's going to help him to win. Like, he will gladly give away his game to another player if it means he gets to do something crazy. Which I don't understand, but he's played way more than me, so maybe that's why he's still able to play so much, because he's done weird stuff. Joinery's still safe. Reno's still safe. What points do we have here? 1 vegetable is a point. Johnny player will try to do crazy weird stuff 10 games, and if he wins once, he's happy. Yeah. Although Payne wins more than 10%. Like, the thing is, he's a really good player. Like, he makes his crazy stuff work. But, yeah. What point actions do we have remaining to us? 2 wood is 1 point. With the joinery, it's 1 point. So I'll probably do that, and then Reno with my last move. I like how Montu once said that pain either goes for 2 rooms or 9, nothing in between. That's very true. I guess I can start. It's a 2-point swing if I start player. So I guess I start player. He doesn't have a way of stealing joinery, does he? No. For 1 point from Rooster. It's a 2-point swing with Mercator, 1-point swing with everyone else, so it's fine. And then if I lose to Keith, it was a huge mistake because Keith, he actually gains a lot from that last move. It's like covers a bunch of extra spaces, but doesn't really matter. 7 food and a grain. One point there. So I score whatever I score plus 10 points. This has got to be like a 45-point farm. So we're looking at into the 50s, mid 50s or higher. Holy crap, this is a 53-point farm. Uh, 6, 3, 1, 63, GG. Yeah, pretty silly. Breed your animals. Sheep is an extra point. Oh, I forgot to breed. Thanks. Thanks, Sid. Yeah, I think Mercator made a really huge blunder when he passed me 6 clay. Like, I think that's actually a huge swing in this game. When he passed me 6 clay, he could have built another room and grown again. Instead, he decided to prioritize his indentured servant. Yeah, game was over when I got 2nd and 3rd growth with super easy feeding via the Distillery and Commercial Baker. That's true as well. Yeah. Distillery, Commercial Baker, really good. I mean, really, it's Distillery plus anything that gives you grain easily. Like, yeah. Really, really strong. And Oven Inspector gives easy feeding too when you have lots of food, when you have a way of getting lots of grain. So, yeah. Rum Distillery is probably a little too strong. I wouldn't mind seeing it. Maybe get an extra stone cost. That would slow it down that little bit more, make it a little bit harder to play in stage 1. Because, I mean, I was able to start player in stage 1, play it. And, yeah. It's pretty good. Did I get 6 wood twice this game? I took it in round 5, and I think I took it in a later round as well. Yeah, I think I took it in like round 9. Yeah. Rum Distillery is in the peanut butter category for me. Peanut butter is better, but only by a bit. I don't know if I agree with that, because Rum Distillery is not directly comparable to Clay Oven in the same way that Peanut Butter Factory is. Peanut Butter Factory, I mean, it does cost more, yeah, but you're doing a clay to 2 points for an extra 2 food. The thing about Peanut Butter Factory is it doesn't set you back from building a wood room the same way that Rum Distillery does. Printed points is the different. Peanut butter is Rum Distillery plus pottery, yeah. Yeah. It's hard to evaluate the two. I think they're both very, very strong. Peanut Butter Factory, I kind of roll my eyes at, and I mean, I've thought for a long time that Rum Distillery is super strong as well, because cards like this used to have a printed grain cost on them, and the fact that they don't, this one doesn't, is a huge change. Like if you compare it to Brewery, I think one of the reasons that Brewery is unplayable is because it has a 2 grain cost on it. Peanut butter can make a grain game by itself. Yeah. I don't know if I agree with that totally, because I don't know if it can make a grain game. I think I've seen people try to make it happen, like where they've had no grain support or they haven't played it right. But I guess I haven't seen it. I haven't seen someone play Peanut Butter Factory with no grain support properly. Like I would say to play it properly, you take 2 grain, plow 2 in stage 1, and then sow. Do it that way. Do it like a mini Field Watchman or like a crappier Field Watchman. But anyways, yeah, this is a pretty stupid game. So 64. What does Field Watchman score? Did he announce? 40. What did Keith have? 44 and 43. 42 for Mercator. Yeah, this is a pretty silly game. Very strong one for me. I maybe benefited from Mercator not drafting properly. I don't know. What did he pass me that I would have played, or that I would have taken if I were him? 3, 2, 6, 7, 4, 4. No, I want to look at Mercator. So first pick Field Warden over Hedgemaster. Oh, he's used Harvester, so yeah, of course Field Warden makes total sense. Then he takes Oven Admirer second. Yeah, makes a lot of sense. You know, you have a good reason. Field Warden plus Oven Admirer, you have a very strong motivation to go for Stone Oven and for a grain-centered game. Graduate here. Graduate's power is only at 1.2 for being drafted 3rd compared to like Old Hiker. I get it. I get why Graduate is really appealing. I got Old Hiker out of this pack. So Family Physician makes a lot of sense with Field Warden, yeah. I'm not sure how much maybe he didn't play around Family Physician well. That might have been the difference. Because he didn't have that much grain at the end, and probably should have a couple grain from Family Physician. Sid says, I wonder if Keith does better just by giving up on Lighthouse and going for Field Doctor in round 6. It jumps me and slows me down. Lighthouse is a dead card in Reno round 7 game unless you have Officer, Scholar, Plow Driver. Yeah, that's a good point. Or a card like Master Renovator, or a card like Slapdash Renovation. Like I'm probably not playing Lighthouse unless I have one of those cards. Yeah, the one that gives you 3 stone if you reno first. What's it called? Anyways, yeah, I don't think he quite had enough support for Lighthouse. Like the thing is, he didn't have support for Field Doctor, and he didn't have support for Lighthouse, and so then he was like, they're both two-room cards, so I'll play both, but I don't think that works. If Reno comes around 7, you just never grow, yeah. Especially because the people who grow early are it's easy for them to jump you, yeah. And then he took Harvester when it came back, yeah. Okay. Yeah, his draft looks fine. Clay Pit, sure. Farm name sign. He's pretty sure he's filling his farm. I would actually have thought about more Moldboard Plow in his position. Moldboard Plow plus Field Warden is actually a really nice combo because Field is unblockable for you, so you actually only need 3 actions, defense 5. I would have probably taken Moldboard Plow in his position, but I mean, I didn't benefit from it because I didn't take it either. Then he takes piggyback. Where did expansion plans? Keith must have taken expansion plans, right? Or maybe it died because nobody took it. Yeah, I guess he drafted fine. I guess I got borrowed plow here. So same deal. When you can, I would have taken borrowed plow because this is a perfect start player round 12 card because it gets you family growth in round 13 and you don't worry about getting on plow sow because you have that other card. Or if your game is going really well, you keep borrowed plow in your hand and then nobody else gets to play it in a harvester game. So yeah, it was fine. He drafted fine. So the game just happened to really go my way. I got a really strong combo. Field Doctor and Lighthouse are very different stage ones. Absolutely, yeah, I agree with that, Sid. Yeah, I agree with that. I like Field Doctor better when you can take wood, first action, plow, second action, and then you can fence really early and have animals and stuff, which Keith unfortunately was not able to do. I think aggressive growth and easy feeding is hard to beat. Absolutely. Yeah. So 54 with an extra sheep point. 5-room stone house. Yeah, pretty disgusting. Pretty disgusting. I had a really strong game. Anyways, thank you very much for watching, you guys. Hope you've enjoyed this little video. Yeah, that's going to be all for me for today. Maybe I'll try to talk Nathan into doing a video later. Problem is the Pens play tonight, so we'll probably want to watch that because Nathan's a big Penguins fan. So we'll see. I probably won't stream Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. So we're looking at maybe next weekend. I might stream Friday night, you never know, or Saturday. I'm going to go to my parents for the long weekend that's coming up for Easter. So thank you very much for watching. Thank you to everyone in chat for participating. Hope you guys have a nice day. And if you're watching on YouTube, give me a follow on twitch.tv/play_agricola. And I hope you guys have enjoyed this little video, and we'll see you next time. Bye.